Hey everybody, I wanted to show you guys a really simple hack to simplify the makeup process. So if you've watched me do a makeup video before, you'll watch me and be like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm putting on my face. I haven't decided because I have my big palettes. And if you are a makeup connoisseur, you love all of your colors, then that is a-okay. But sometimes I like to simplify and just have a go-to palette. And so I want to walk you guys through how you can simplify your options or what you're doing with our Perfect palette. And so that's what we're going to do is I'm just going to do my face with you guys really quick. Give me just a second. Say, hey, if you're watching, tell me where you're tuning in from. Let me edit my phone setting really quick. Tell me your favorite Mary Kay makeup product if you've used it before. All right, so here we go. Say hey if you're watching. Okay, so we are full bare face right now. I've washed it, I've moisturized it, that's it. So we're going to start with a primer. So some of these things are obviously not in the case, but the majority of what we're doing is. So we're going to start with a foundation primer. This is going to make sure that our makeup stays where we put it. We're going to use less product that way. And so it is clear, it is silicone based, so it's not going to be like oily or anything like that. So regardless of what your skin type is, you can use this primer. It's also really smooth. I like wearing this primer even if I'm not wearing makeup that day, just because it feels nice. It makes my skin look a little more even just because it is an illusion. The light reflects off of it, makes my skin look smoother. So we have our primer on, and then we're going to do our foundation. And so this is our cream to powder foundation. It is a full coverage foundation. I'm going to use just a regular liquid foundation brush. You could use the blending brush or the blending sponge as well with this if you wanted to. And this is full coverage. I love this foundation. It's really soft. Even though it is a full coverage, it doesn't feel like I have a ton of makeup on my face. I also, if you did not know this about me, I do the performing arts. I'm in theater. I also did marching band when I was in college. And even though I am under bright lights, sweating my tushy off, in those instances, cream to powder is typically what I wear because it is going to stand the test of time for me the whole day or evening that I need to have that makeup on. And it doesn't feel gross. I don't feel like I have cake on my face. It doesn't feel super thick, but it is a full coverage. It feels really nice. It wears really lightweight. Now, just like all of our other makeup, I will say our cream to powder, a little bit goes a really long way. So I prefer to just get a little bit and put it where I want it and then add more as I go instead of putting too much on my face. And then I'm like, oh, dang, what do I do now? And then I just wasted product that I then have to throw away. So this is the cream to powder. I love it. I am personally an Ivory 2. So that is one of the whole squares in the Perfect palette. So we have that on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to prime our eyes. Now you can do one of two things. You can use a liquid eyeshadow or you can use a regular eye primer. I prefer liquid eyeshadow because it's only a couple dollars more, and if I'm doing lazy makeup that day and I'm just throwing a little bit on, not a whole face, this is a primer and color together. So I could even just wear this by itself and be fine, or I can put it under my other colors that I'm going to do on my eyelids. So it is whatever I want to do. This is one of our 4 colors. This is Meteor Shower. So this is one of our darker colors, but like I said, I'm going to put color over top of it, so I'm not overly worried about it. If you're wanting a more light color, I would say Light Beam or Pink Starlight would be what I recommend. Sometimes when I just want a really simple smoky eye too, I'll wear either Light Beam or Pink Starlight on my lid, and then I'll do this or the Purple Nova just on the outer part of my eye, and it'll make like a really fun smoky effect with just the liquid eyeshadow. So these are really user-friendly, really easy to use. Let me I sat my palette down. Where did it go? Here we go. Okay, so back into our palette. So I'm going to look at our top 3 colors up here. So I'm going to do a fun golden and green look. So I'm going to take an all over eyeshadow brush and I'm going to go into that gold color that I had in the middle. And I'm going to do this all over my lid, a little above where my crease stopped because I do have hooded eyes. So I want you to see the color when my eyes are open. So I do have to go kind of above my crease for you to be able to see that. Okay, so that is on my lids. And then I'm going to take a blending brush and I'm going into that mossy green color that was on the end at the top. And at first, I'm just going to pat it in the area that I'm going to put this. Which is going to be this outer part of my eyelid. I'm going to wipe the excess off on the bottom of my hand down here. And I'm just going to blend. I don't get too overly worried about if I'm making a mess out here or not because I can go back and clean that up here in a minute. I'll show you how I do that. So we're just blending. You'll see that I blend in, I don't blend out. If you blend out, you're putting your eyeshadow all the way out here. And we don't want it all the way out there. We want to keep it on our eyeballs. So that is where I'm blending. And then I'm going to take my all over eyeshadow brush again back into that like golden bronzy color that I did. And I'm just going to go a little more on my lid just to make it pop some more now that I've done some blending. Okay, and then I'm going to take an all over eyeshadow brush into the lighter of the top colors. So I'll be over here by my foundation, and I'm going to do this on my inner corner. Have a fuzzy up on my eye. And then I'm also going to do it right under my brow bone just to give a little more definition right there. Okay, so our eyes are on, the eyeshadow is done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a, what is this actually called? An eye smudger brush. I just say a thick eye brush because it's really close together with the bristle. So this is an eye smudger brush. Now in the bottom of these eyeshadows, I'm going to take this brown and I am going to use this as my eyeliner. So if you ever want a more subtle eyeliner look, you can use eyeshadow. Fun fact. So this is a brown, so it's not a black. It's going to be a little more soft than what a black would. Now I could use black if I wanted to. I'm going to show you why I didn't here in a few minutes though. So I did my top and my bottom with this brown. We're going to do our other eye. Okay, so that is on, and now I'm going to take that same brown. I have dark eyebrows, and I'm going to put this in my brows just to give them a little more definition and a little more shape. Really easy. Now, if your eyes are not, or if your eyebrows are not as dark as mine, and your hair isn't as dark as mine, we do have lighter shades that you could definitely use for this in our eyeshadows, okay? So please don't panic if you're not as dark as I am when it comes to your hair. Okay, so that is on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our cheek brush. This also comes in our basic brush set. And in that brown that we just did, I'm going to tap these shorter bristles down here in that brown. And it's going to be my contour color. So what I did was I put it right above where I have this divot right there. Okay, then I have a pink in here. This is all eyeshadow, you guys. I'm going to take the pink in the in this brush as well, my cheek brush, and I'm going to put it right above where I put my contour color. Now, if you are like me and you get really red through here, you don't want to bring your blush down here because it's just going to bring back out those pinky red colors that we just covered with our foundation, okay? And then on my top bristles, I have this shade right here. So you'll see that I'm not using the white on the top. I am using the one that's a little closer to the shade of my foundation. I'm going to use that as my highlight. If you want a more glazed looking highlight, you can use that top shimmery. I just personally do not. Makeup is all personal preference, y'all. And I'm putting that right along that bone under my eye. And then I'm just going to blend it in circles. And you see that I'm blending up. I'm not blending down, okay? Now, if you want to do a little more contour, what you can do is you can take that brown. My hair is crazy today, y'all. We can put a little bit of here on our temples. We could do a little bit along our jawline. Okay, and again, we're just going to blend it out. Circles. If you want to contour your nose, you can go back into this brush that we did with our eyebrows and our eyeliner. Again, I'm going to go into this brown. And I have a mirror in front of me that I keep trying to look in, and I keep forgetting there's a mirror in this palette. Oh my gosh. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to draw a line right here along my nose. If you've watched me do a makeup video before, you know my nose was something I was really self-conscious about growing up. I'm going to put a line right here. And I'm going to do one right here. And so this is just drawing the structure of what I want you to see when you look at my nose. I don't naturally have a lot of shape to my nose. And so I do a lot of the times contour it when, hey friend, when I am doing a full face. And again, I'm just going to blend this out because I don't want to just walk around with puppet lines on my nose. But it is going to give it more of a shadow effect. So it's going to look like there's a little more dimension to my nose than there actually is. Okay, and then if you want to, you can take that highlight color that we did on our cheeks and do that down your nose and blend that as well. So now I have a little more structure to my nose. You guys, we're not fully done yet, but I have done my eyes, I've done my foundation, I have contoured, my eyebrows are on, and we have been live for less than 15 minutes, and that includes the time it took me to adjust my phone settings, okay? So we're making really good time. This really simplifies things. And so most of what I just did was in our perfect palette. This comes empty. You fill it however you want. So I have the cream to powder. My camera's backwards. The cream to powder. You guys can tell I love this because I've hit the bottom. But cream to powder. I'm an ivory too. And then these top 3 colors up here. All 6 of these are eyeshadows. But both our eyeshadows and our cheeks are Chroma Fusion formula, not foundation, formula. So you can use them as whatever you want, basically. But these top 3 are what I did as my eyeshadow, and these bottom 3 are what I contoured with. But I could use these bottom 3 on my eyes if I wanted to as well. I was just showing you guys some options. They come empty, so you put whatever colors in here you want. And it has a mirror so you can see what you're doing. That I keep forgetting is in there, and I'm trying to look at the one in front of me. All right, and so the only things that I really have left to do are putting on a lip color. So I'm going to do a lipstick. This is Luminous Lilac, which is one of my favorites. Hey. All right. So I like to do a little less bold of a lip when I have a little darker of an eye. And we still have mascara to do, but I'm going to do setting spray first. That way, if I get my mascara wet, it's not making my lashes wilt. So this is the Ultimate Mascara. Mascara is the hardest thing in the world for me. I don't know why. I just stabbed myself in the eye. You too can be a top Mary Kay consultant. We all put our mascara on one eyelash at a time on a prayer that we don't stab ourselves in the eye. 9 times out of 10, I stab myself in the eye. It's probably fine. That's what eye makeup remover was made for, y'all. There's nothing for me to drop today, so we're just going to stab ourselves in the face. That's probably fine. I have eye makeup remover. Do I have a cloth? I do. Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to take my eye makeup remover. I'm just going to shake it to activate it. It's silicone based, not oil based, so it isn't going to feel greasy. I'm going to put a little bit on my cloth here. You could use a Q-tip too. I just don't have a Q-tip right here handy. And I'm just going to pat it along where I made that oopsie with my mascara. And now it's gone. I didn't have to scrub my eye off. You saw how gentle that was. Now I'm going to do my other eyeball so that I have lashes on both of them. Hey, guys. So, like I said, I'm doing this because I know that for me, a lot of people are either really, really into makeup, they know what they're doing, or they're like, I don't even know where to start. And so, on either end of the spectrum, if you're like, I just need to make a decision, this palette is a great option to be like, okay, well, these are my faves or my go-to. So I'm just going to grab that palette and do my face today versus looking through your like 100 eyeshadow color options, having no clue what you're doing with your face for that day, or feeling overwhelmed by the options, whether you're new to makeup or you're pretty advanced with it. And it's small enough that it can fit in a purse, it can fit in a gym bag. It's also a great option if you're somebody that you do like shifts at work and you leave stuff at work. It is really great for that. And this is just a full face. You don't even have to do a full face if you don't want to. Okay. I think that's it. I think we're done, y'all. And we did it in under 20 minutes, even with me stabbing myself in the eyeball with mascara and having to change my phone settings. So as a recap, let me get that mascara off that I got on my cheek. Y'all, I'm a mess when I put my makeup on. I know a lot of you think I have my stuff together. I can assure you I do not. And then if you get a little messy with your eyeshadow, what you can do is you can go with the leftover on your foundation brush and just kind of make a little bit of a swoop here. It'll also help kind of clean up and separate where your contour is. If you got a little too close to your eye area. And that's it. So I've been live for 18 minutes, y'all, all together with the changing of the phone setting, dropping things, taking stuff off. And we did primer, we did foundation, we did a full smoky eye, we did a full contour, we did eyebrows. I have mascara on, I have liner on, I have lips on, and most of it came out of here. So my foundation came out of here, my eyeshadow came out of here, my full contour, my eyebrows, everything came out of this palette. And so this perfect palette is really, really handy. And then if you just run out of one thing, you just put a new one in. You don't have to replace the whole palette because it is magnetic. So like I can, when this will be the first thing that runs out, when my foundation runs out, I just pop it out and I'll put something else in over here. All right. So I love this. If you don't already have one, make sure you talk to your consultant. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. But this was the look. So this is what we ended up with. I will see you guys later. Bye.